Well, since you last saw the filter housing, I've bead blasted it. Washed it out in the parts washer, brake cleaned it all inside and out and blown it dry with air. I went over to the lathe and I made a washer here for it, and the washer has a hole in it for this. There's a step there that locates it on the centre of the housing, and the step also locates it on the filter there. So that's good. That's all you can ask out of it all. I've bead blasted the canister. I've put a couple of new fibre washers up in the end there, and I've fitted the plate with a circlip up the end there so it can't come out. So that gives us the opportunity to, I've put the seal in here too, so that gives us the opportunity to put the canister on. And the filter I have, it's an old filter I had hanging around that I found in my stuff, but it's a P174. Oops, sorry. Yeah, it's a P174 Baldwin filter, American made. We used to sell a lot of them, and for some reason I had one at home there that I'd forgotten that I had, so that'll suit this fine. So once we get this down there, I like to give it a bit of a turn just to make sure there's no pressure on it. It doesn't need to be there. And so that's, I'll tighten that up once it's on the tractor, but look, that's all we need to do there. Now, with the filter bypass valve, I've given that a bit of a clean up, and then look, all we have to do there, that just slides down the hole like that. If you'll remember, there was a little washer there to support the circlip. It's now on the floor. Hang on a second. And that goes on. Now this circlip, there's a rounded edge and a sharp edge. Make sure the sharp edge is facing upwards. We'll just pop this down there like that. Try and keep it all in line if I possibly can. I think that's it. Yep, that's good. That's in. That was a bit more of a fiddle than I was hoping for. Anyway, that's okay. I'll cover this housing here with a bit of etch primer. Now, where the relief valve screws in here, it has an O-ring in here, and in my O-ring kit, it's just a standard O-ring kit, and that's a 210 O-ring. I've also loosened the lock nut on the relief valve. Now, just as a point of interest, on mine, from the top of the lock nut to the end of the thread is 15 millimeters. So if we put it around there somewhere, that's going to be a pretty good starting place for next time. So we'll just try and undo that a little bit. We'll get the lock nut out of the way if it's possible, because I'll bead blast all of this anyway. No, now the whole thing's coming, so that's okay. Keeps it in frame here if I do it here. Over in the vise, it's a bit out of the way. And the only reason I'm doing this is to give it a good clean out. We've got all new oil in, we've cleaned all the sump out, we've tidied up the oil pump and done all sorts of things, so might as well do this, seeing as it didn't have a washer in it. So right, so there's your adjusting screw, your spring, and notice the spring has a fat end down here, and that fat end holds the ball. Now on the ball, just have a quick look at the ball. Make sure there's no rust on it or anything like that. It's not too bad. There's a couple of little marks there you can see. I think it'll be okay. Looks like it'll seal up all right. And the seat down there is very hard to see the seat as well. But anyway, look, what I'll do now, I'll go and bead blast all this up with a bit of glass media, and tidy all this up, and the washer here as well. The washer sits down there first. And yeah, look, we'll pop it all back in and get it ready to go and put it all back on the tractor again. Okay, I've bead blasted everything up. Now, on these valves, there's a little piece of lead, and it sort of seals around the top of the thread. There's a little place like for an O-ring in there. But what I'm going to do is just, oh, sorry, I've put the ball in. I'll put the spring in. And I have a bonded seal, which is a dowdy washer, I think you call it overseas. That's a tight fit on the thread there. And if I back this one out to around the 15 millimeters that we had originally, and look, roundabout's good enough, because once we start the tractor up, we'll have to set this properly. So we can just slide this fella in. And we can lock this bloke up once it's ready to go. Once we have an oil gauge on it, we can set the relief pressure and we can lock those two together. So all we have to do now is put the washer back on here. I mean, we have an O-ring here. That's I think I mentioned a 210 O-ring out of my kit. And that goes in. It has protrusion. So all we really need to do here, I probably could have actually put a bit of oil on that thread, and that will lock that up. But look, because I've just got it on the bench here now, I'll go over to the tractor, I'll put the gasket on and I'll fit this, and I will check this nut again. I will make sure that that's okay. And this nut here, well, yeah, we don't need that. Don't need that tight at all currently. We will tighten that up once we've got an engine oil pressure gauge on. But the main thing is this relief here. You start your tractor, run him at cold, run him at about 2000 RPM, and adjust this until you got around 60 PSI, and lock him up, and that's it. It's not a fix. To screw this up to increase your engine oil pressure, when your oil's hot and it's dropped to 20 pound, you cannot screw this back up and get it to 40 or 50. This is only the maximum pressure that can ever be in the system safely, so you're not blowing canisters off and things like that. So there you go. I'll go and put that back on. I'll probably prime this with a bit of etch, a bit of CRC etch, and yeah, that'll do for just a quick service on the filter housing.